Suntarella's got someone to start digging the poo hole. Let's go and have a look. Well, this is interesting. He's a very lucky lad who's digging this. Look at it, it's all sand. So what will happen here is that this hole will be lined by those concrete pipes that were delivered this morning. I think there are 4 of them, which means I think Suntarella wants 3 underground and 1 above ground. That means 1.2 meters underground and 0.4 above ground, very roughly. And then there'll be a hole cut in the side for that pipe there to go into the poo hole, and then there'll be a solid lid which will basically stop anyone falling in, but will be removable so that if we need to get the tank pumped out, if it gets absolutely full of solids, then it can be. I think the theory behind these is that all the muck goes in there, a lot of which is liquid, and gradually any solids that go in there turn into liquid, and it all soaks out down the bottom, through the earth. So it's self-emptying in a way, and as long as you don't get contaminated bits in there that won't dissolve, like toilet paper, because you're not supposed to use toilet paper in Thailand. And this is one of the reasons with most places are served by this sort of system, or a septic tank, for example. That's exactly the same issue. So as long as you don't get contaminants in there, solid matter that won't dissolve, these tanks may never need to be emptied. But if you do need to empty them, you can just ring up a company and they come and pump them out, and it costs about 300 baht in my experience. Right, my mind has been put at rest somewhat. I've had an update on this lack of a proper lintel across the door. Apparently Suntarella only wants 1 more row of blocks to go on top, and then she wants a gap all around the edge for light and air, so that should be fine. There won't be too much weight on that door opening, and that steel should be thick enough to hold it. Right, we've got 5 pipes. They're 40 centimetres each, so that's 2 meters. I've been told to go and check how deep this hole is. So currently this is 1.4 meters deep. So he's got a little bit of work to do yet, but easy work, I would say, being sand.
เปล่าแล้วเลย
ย้อนมาอย่าให้ตกคือว่าหันเด้อให้มันได้จับเด็กง่ายๆนะจับจังสี่ดีกว่าไหมยังไปเลยไปเลย
พอเด้
โอ้โหยังอีก
ตายตาย
อันนี้เว้ยมันบอลงดอกมันทียากยังไงฉันลงแบบนี้
เนาะ
ฉันได้จับลงอย่างทีนะเลยหอดบ่บัดนี้
แล้วลุกขึ้นมา
ตกอีกซะเนาะมาเลย
มาคนละขางพุ่นเล่งกลุ่มนึงนี่นะพอแล้วความเสียหายแล้วไม่ได้ใช่หรอ
ดี
ตัวเสียหายแกก็จะนอนเนาะ
วางก่อน
แตกบ่เห็นบ่เอากิ่งมาแล้ว
แปลว่ามันเห็ดมาดีกว่าเขารู้อันนี้ยิงข้าวโพดเอาหน่อยเดียวเองบ้านฉับกลางเลยดิบุ๊บ
เพื่อฝา
ครบ
Good.
เหลือเพื่อ
So they're not held together. They're not held together with mortar after all. Doesn't really matter though, because it's only liquid that's going to leak out. And it's going to leak out one way or the other. That's the idea of it.
เขาติดตัดเขาติดจอทอจังไหน
Now the reason this is sticking up above the ground here is because this
ถ้ามันอยู่
this is the bottom of a slope.
นี่เลยนี่เลย
The land is higher up there. So when we're in a really bad rainy season,
สบายสบาย
all the water will come down here.
ขึ้นไปได้ยังได้เก็บ
And what we don't want is it to all of it to just pour into
แก็บมันน้ำมันซึม
the poo hole.
ดินก็ได้ง่ายดี
So if it was at ground level, that would more likely happen.